Hello, good evening, everybody. Today we have our great guest, Harshit. He is representative of the AI student group of University of Toronto. Also, he's working with Mozilla, an expert in artificial intelligence. We're gonna speak in our upcoming event just in 2 days, 15th of June, University of Toronto. We are waiting for everyone. Rashid, how are you? Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I'm feeling great. Thank you for having me. It's
Is it-
honestly amazing to be here. So yeah.
Yeah, we are really happy to having you here as well. Could you please a little bit explain yourself, how you comes to the artificial intelligence, and a little bit of your background as well?
Yeah, so I'm a student at U of T, as you guys know. I actually studied in Dubai. I grew up in Dubai, and I'm here studying in Toronto now. Artificial intelligence has just been something that's always been on our radar, and U of T is one of the top institutions for AI, so you're bound to kind of run into it. I know in first year I came into the club for U of T AI, and I saw the conference, I saw the Learn AI, and a bunch of cool things, and that's kind of how I got involved with artificial intelligence. Took some courses, and yeah, I love it.
Oh, that's nice. And how is about your education? Is it passing hard?
Uh, U of T is a bit difficult, yes, but it's definitely rewarding. So if you like studying the things, you will have fun. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
yeah.
All right. Can you please share to us a little bit more about your role in Mozilla? What you're doing there? How did you get there? And just a little bit maybe about the Mozilla itself as well.
Yeah, for sure. So for those of you who don't know, Mozilla is a company that created Firefox, which was the major browser that was used until a few years ago. Uh, yeah, now it isn't. Chrome is there, but Firefox is still great and it's still going. So
Yeah.
I highly suggest everyone to shift to it. So I am working on the Firefox privacy team. So all of those privacy features with cookie blocking, any of those protections, clearing your data, all of that is what our team does.
Yeah.
I am a co-op there right now. So I'm approaching my 14th month of working there. So I have 3 months left, so I have a good amount of experience working in this team, and it's been a really good experience.
Yeah.
Mozilla, one cool thing about it is that it's open source. The Firefox is fully open source, so you can actually see the changes I make. You can even see like when I get said something in a review or anything. It's all very open,
Yeah.
and that creates opportunities for like normal people to be able to partake in like a really big project. So we have outside contributors, and we actually encourage internally to get outside contributors to like change things or be able to take a good first bug and things like that. So if you're looking to get started on look how a big code base works, Firefox is a great place to start, and we're always looking for more people. um, yeah, and how I landed this was through the co-op program of U of T.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty strong. We were one of the first cohorts for Mozilla's co-op program. So, and they approached U of T. They were like, "We'd love to have your students," and they interviewed us.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of got across this. And I think definitely I have always had a passion for open source. I've always had a passion
Yeah.
for Firefox, and that kind of led to me being here. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Is it somehow related to artificial intelligence? Do Mozilla has a plan to implementing it there?
Yes, yes, very
Yeah.
much so. So Mozilla has its own small company within it called Mozilla AI,
Yeah.
where they're building open source and I think they're trying to build artificial intelligence that can run locally on your computer.
Yeah.
So they definitely are on the works in the works for it. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to say. You can whatever's online is
Yeah.
kind of open. There's definitely some parts of it which are internal for good reasons. Once
Yeah.
and then they'll probably make it open source at some point. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's really interesting. And I saw you have worked with the venture firm of Cellbit. Can you please share a little bit more? What motivate you to working with them, and what did you do with them?
Yeah, so Syllabite is actually my own kind of creation. Yeah, so it used to be a project that I was working on until I decided it should be something more. So I'll maybe explain a bit. So
Yeah.
Syllabite is this application which allows university students to prioritize their tasks a bit better. So what it does is it gives you a to-do list every day, prioritized automatically using an algorithm in the back end. And the goal of the creating this was first to reduce stress, so you don't have to worry about what to work on next, and second to don't have to like plan it out yourself. So one part of this project is you can kind of just click on add a course, and then all the material for that course will be added automatically.
Mm. That's
And
nice.
yes, so right now we're working on making this into like a company. I have one more person working on this with me, and that's kind of where we're at with this.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah,
So yeah, you definitely can make it, especially like with your background. You could do this.
thank you.
And uh, are you familiar with the blockchain stuff as well?
Not much, very little.
Yeah,
Blockchain is a bit out of my grasp. AI has been usually the thing that I work with. Yeah.
yeah. So can you tell us, do humanity have to afraid of AI? Is it dangerous or not?
Um, I'm actually going to talk about this in my talk on Saturday. But
Oh, no, no, not in English.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
make everybody curious.
yeah, exactly. It's I will be talking about it. Yes.
Oh, that's really interesting. Amazing.
Yeah.
And what's your opinion as an expert regarding the nowadays AI tools? Is it cool? Is they need to like be improved, or what's your opinion regarding it? And do you using it by yourself? Sorry.
Yeah, I think they're definitely very impressive, and I do use them. They're actually very useful. One cool fact is that since Mozilla's code base was open source, they actually trained it using it, so it does help us along the way. I do think though there's a lot to improve on in terms of privacy. I feel like, and there's just not enough to convince me that these things can be trusted and these companies can be trusted. It's kind of the same as what happened with the web. A couple of companies went on and started to control it, and that's kind of happening with AI now. And that's not great. It does lead to a lot of control with these like companies which only care about profit. That's why
Yeah,
ads are a very big thing everywhere you go, on
yeah.
the web. And so I'm scared that AI could also lead to something like this. OpenAI said they were open and then they shut down their doors. Then they removed their team that works on creating guardrails. Like it's all a bit concerning, but
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
yeah.
So which tools do you using by yourself?
So I use ChatGPT. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's definitely very useful for like templates and stuff. So if you're trying
yeah.
to learn something new, you can get something really quickly done. But obviously, you spend almost the same amount of time going through that code and making sure it's not wrong.
Yeah.
So people could argue it's kind of the same amount of time. But yeah, that's the one I use most. There's this one called Quillbot. I don't know if it uses how much AI it uses, but it helps restructure sentences and rephrase them, which is kind of useful when sending emails and things like that. Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
And machine learning and generative AI, what the difference? And like, do you have experience in both, I guess? And what's your opinion? Like, is it still far from what we're behind of the machine learning so far?
So there, so I think from what I know, generative AI is a part of machine learning.
Yeah,
This is a subclass of it. Machine learning is just a big part of where you can teach a machine to do some tasks. Generative AI is definitely, it can get a bit. I'm not too this thing about what it is. I think Gen AI in general is more complex because it involves. I don't know what goes on inside of OpenAI. I haven't learned enough, but I know that transformers are behind this, and that's a part of machine learning. The experience that I have is I did a course with machine learning, created some basic neural networks, and all of this is kind of just what these big generative AI models are, just on a very large scale, and that's what makes them so good at a lot of things.
Oh, that's true. And can you please share to us a little bit more, like which skills the students have to learn and like get to getting a good job and just for the future of development? What's your opinion? How to be a good developer in the future? What needs to be learned?
So I think from what I've seen at least is that just writing code isn't going to be enough. Being able to communicate and understand what you're writing is going to be super important. So being able to communicate things in an easy way, like something that others can understand, and then also be able to actually understand the code that you're writing, no, not just remember an algorithm and do this, is super useful. And I think because of AI, one thing that would be super important is being able to be creative and be able to actually think when you write down pieces of code, when you design infrastructure, things like that. And being having those abilities is definitely super useful right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And what is your favorite language?
Oh, um, I always code in C++. Plus plus. I've
Yeah.
usually coded in C++.
Oh,
Yeah, which is a hard
it's
one.
due to the hard work.
Yeah, it's a hard one. But recently, I've liked JavaScript because I did a lot more front end stuff as well. So I started
Yeah.
liking JavaScript, but a lot of C++. Yeah.
So, do you using C++ based on your job in the Mozilla, or why you change it? Because it's so different from the JavaScript.
Yeah, so I actually started learning from C++,
Yeah,
and then in school, because I'm in computer engineering, we
yeah,
spend most of our time in C++, and Mozilla also uses C++, which is perfect. So I've just always used C++, but JavaScript I've started using a bit more because it's very useful for front end work,
yeah,
and that's always a great handy tool to have if you want to design something or build like a front end part. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's true. And can you share a little bit if you're familiar with the Golang, the difference between Golang and C++? I mean, you mentioned that Mozilla built on the C++, and as I know, the Chrome is built on the Golang, and just trying to figure it out what's the difference between them.
I actually am not too aware of Go. I've not used it. I know that a lot of developers are trying to get use it more.
Yeah,
So I know that it's getting up there in popularity. I've never had to use it yet, so I don't have too much to say about that. Um, I just know for C++, the reason Mozilla has been this way is C++ is a very efficient language. One thing though is that they're trying to shift to Rust because Rust is even better for memory management.
yeah.
But I don't know much about Golang. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's fine. And what's your opinion regarding the future of AI? Just this morning, and I read an article from the CEO of NVIDIA, and he said the next big movement gonna be the physical robots in AI. What's your opinion regarding it? What's the future of the machine learning and artificial intelligence?
So yeah, I think robots definitely are getting there. I've seen some
Yeah,
scary videos of human-like robots that kind of can mimic humans and stuff. But I think in general, AI is going to turn towards what we're kind of using it like, just like a search tool.
yeah,
And I think mainly not because that's what it should be used at, it's just because all the big companies are forcing it to become that. Like Google is trying to replace like your search results with an AI result.
yeah,
ChatGPT is trying to put in just answers instead of having to search through things, and that's kind of what it's becoming into.
yeah.
But I can never tell. You can't tell what these things are gonna become. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, like, can you imagine the future where the AI generating movies to us? Like in the movie industry or music industry. For me, it's really surpriseful, like how gonna be changed the music industry, for example, if AI can generating like any kind of sound, any kind of music for you. Like, do we still need
Yeah.
some stars?
Yeah, I think so. For the movie case, it's already
Yeah,
happening. I think there's already
yeah.
been like film festivals where they've tried putting using AI films, which is scary because that's
Oh,
already
really? I
yeah.
never
So if you
saw
search
it.
out, I don't know the names of them, but there's been film festivals for AI created content. Uh,
Whoa.
kind of. scary. There was also the photo the AI create Midsummer created someone created like an AI image with Midsummer, and it won like art competition. So all of these things are already happening. I think music is not far. I've seen a couple of like music AI generators which are really good. One thing I know that they're already really good is at imitating. So I've seen like these videos of like other songs sung by artists which are not theirs, but it's actually
Yeah,
just AI generated. Um, and that's like scarily good. So I don't see that far away. I don't think this is great though, in my opinion.
really.
I play guitar. I love all the arts and things. And I
Yeah.
recently saw something called someone was saying, I want AI to do my laundry and my dishes, not make art and paintings. So I think that really resonates. Like we don't want art is the stuff that we like doing. We don't want that
Yeah.
taken away from us. So yeah, I think that's definitely happening, and it's scary.
Oh, that's nice. And from your opinion, is AI controlling our mind already or not? I'm asking it because like we know that the AI algorithms controlling like our social medias, our content that we are like seeing. Can we consider it as the AI already controlling our minds?
I wouldn't say that yet because all of these algorithms and stuff, they're still directed by people. They
Yeah,
decide how much they want to be able to shift perspectives. So I don't think it's AI is controlling our mind yet.
yeah.
But I don't know what would happen if
But
AI,
it's good.
yeah, if it were to just be like, actually, I want to be able to do this. But
Oh,
that all comes into like a lot of like philosophy and stuff, like what even would mean that an AI is thinking for itself, and a bunch of cool things. Yeah.
all right. And yeah, like from the blockchain cryptocurrency perspective, as you know, the blockchain is like an open source uh, bookkeeper, the code which is cannot be deleted and cannot be changed. Is it dangerous to get some generative AI on the blockchain from your opinion if it's going to be open source and humans will not be able to changing it?
That can be scary. I
AI
haven't.
out of control, something like that.
Yeah, that could be pretty scary. I don't know how the blockchain works very well, but that sounds like a scary situation. That sounds like a future, like a dark future where.
Yeah,
But I think it all comes down to it, depending on what the AI ends up like doing, like what the purpose of the AI is going to be, and what kind of guardrails you put on it. Like, how well can you contain it, and things like that. And I feel like a lot of governments and a lot of people are trying to make sure that we work towards something like that.
yeah,
And hopefully we don't end up with like that bleak future.
yeah. In regarding the government,
Yeah.
and I have actually two questions, but let's start from just recently, like a month ago, I think. The Singaporean government they made a new rule that every professional now should learn the AI tools to using it on those skills on those professions. Do you think it's something like really useful? Do we really need like all the professions forcing them to using AI already? Start to using it?
Oh, I don't agree with that. I think it should be the other way. Like I think governments should be trying to save the jobs and not switching to just letting AI be used in companies. Because one thing is
Yeah,
it is definitely destroying livelihoods already for a lot of different like kind of things. And by saying that, oh, you guys should use AI, they're encouraging companies to
yeah,
just replace people. Um, and they should instead be putting guardrails to keep like people's jobs alive. I don't know. Maybe Singapore is small enough to be able to do this. Singapore is a very important economy. I think they can
yeah.
definitely maybe pull it off. But I think in general, seeing how many people are losing jobs, this is like already pretty scary in the tech world.
Yeah,
Um,
but I think they're not trying to taking job from the people, just like upgrading those skills with the AI.
yeah,
But yeah, it's like a big topic to discuss. Like, should we like using AI in like the government side or not? And my second question is government and authority on AI. I have a vision that future on we're gonna have some government which is totally controlled by AI. All the political stuff it goes to AI because I think it's the only way to justifying political. Like the algorithms can do it better than humans. What do you think about it? Should we will you work on some company and some algorithm who gonna work to build a government on AI?
Um, yeah, I mean that could totally happen. I think what's, in my opinion, what's more probable is a
Yeah,
government which is like informed by some form of AI, or it's better informed because of tools such as AI. I would definitely work. I would want to work in helping form a better government. But again, it's just like giving tools to like these machines in a way, like robots. Math is kind of like one thing that we've noticed is that AI is not able to generate new things as well, learn new things
yeah,
as well, and so being able to handle that. But again, it might just be a really good non-biased thing in a government. Yeah, it could definitely be something cool to see happen. Yeah.
all right. And what's your vision about like your future? What's your goals for your future? Where you wanna? What's your dream to achieve? What's your goal you wanna achieve? Where you see
Uh,
yourself?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've always just wanted to create things. So Silverbyte is one way of me doing that. I love just building things. I love working at Mozilla too. So Firefox is a
Yeah,
great platform to develop on. If it's also one, it's a very fast browser, very cool
yeah,
things that I get to do, very user facing things. And I definitely want to be involved in that. And in terms of AI, I know I have the skills. I already know how to code up some AI
yeah.
things, but I think I definitely want to improve. I don't have enough of the knowledge that I, as much as I should have, to be able to develop something sophisticated and new. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And yeah, for the Mozilla, for Firefox, I'm surprised that I'm also recently saw that it's still one of the fastest browser.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're doing a great job. From my side, I'm also not using them now anymore currently, but I used to use them a lot, and I
Yeah.
love them. It's still
Yeah.
in our heart.
Yeah, it's one of the fastest browsers, one of the most private browsers. When you use Google Chrome, you're giving Google all your data immediately, and Firefox has a lot of protections to protect you from that. And
Yeah,
also, they're building a new like layout. They're bringing out vertical tabs. They're bringing in browser AI. There's a bunch of cool things that they're working on.
yeah.
And as always, you by supporting Firefox, you're supporting a browser that's made for the people. And what's better than that? Yeah.
All right. Can you please share to us some details, not unlocking, but just to make everybody curious about your speech on the upcoming event?
Um, yeah, so the topic of my talk is going to be some about thought experiments with AI and how UFT AI has kind of helped develop some communication around that. So I'll be mainly talking about a couple of, just I guess I'll be touching on one very big thought experiment, which is kind of more like like a, I guess, a play in like understanding how to think about these things, and how to be more curious when thinking towards AI, and how to be more critical of things. And then talk about just UFT AI in general and what we
Yeah.
can do at UFT to improve the AI discussions.
Oh, that's really nice. That's gonna be like, I'm pretty sure most of the audience gonna love it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Rashid. Um, we have a short time today, but anyway, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us. I am really excited and waiting to listen and learn more from you on the event. We are inviting everybody 15th of June who wanna uh, get more information, learn more from Rashid and other speakers, we are welcoming you to our event. And yeah, let's keep in touch. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Bye.
Yeah, have a good day. Bye.